What is your American dream?
My American dream is just to be really happy and achieve whatever it is I've set out to achieve. I had a dream of coming to New York and I'm here now, and for me it's just achieving those dreams and having this sense of freedom and happiness that I did this.
My American dream is connecting with my family and my friends and just being a part of that and enjoying every moment as it comes.
This is my dream. I'm a happy woman in America, in New York. So, vive l'Amérique!
My American dream, personally, to continue doing what I'm doing for as long as I want to, as long as possible, in a way that I feel liberated and where I bring joy to other people.
My American dream, we just want to go out, keep that German work ethic, do as best as we can, contribute to society as much as possible, and pass that on to our kids.
I'm living it. I'm very blessed to be doing what I do. I'm a singer. I have my own record. I have my music out. I feel very blessed to be here on the East River playing with this great band and living my dream.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Do-do-doop-de-doop-de-doo. I'm coming over to visit all the wonderful, lovely people at the Spar Bernstein call center. They're always very busy over here. I want to see what's going on. Say hello. Give them some Groundhog Sam love. Calendars, got it. Okay. Ah! What on this planet is this? And spiders everywhere. What's going on? And cobwebs. Oh my God, I hate spiders. They scare me. And there's skeletons and skulls. What is going on? What is happening? This is just, not groundhog friendly. Spiders. I'm getting attacked by spiders. This is my worst nightmare. Gotta go tell Brad he's got a spider situation on his hands. Whose skull is this? It's so small. My skull's bigger than that skull. Oh my gosh, this is just terrifying. What's going on? The lights went out. Oh my goodness, it's like the spiders have taken over. It's Medusa. I'm so afraid. It's the lady with snakes in her hair.
Hey, Groundhog Sam, you need to calm down. It's just Halloween.
Oh, Vicky, I didn't know. I thought someone had taken over the call center with forces of darkness.
No, it's just the lights went out.
Oh, you mean all of this is fake? Oh! Thank you, Vicky. I was afraid. I was so afraid.
I see you love my desk.
I love your desk now that I know it's all for Halloween. You forget, I wasn't here last October. I was still in my burrow down in Puxatawny, Pennsylvania, so I've never seen Halloween before.
Well, Halloween is fun.
Thank you for explaining it to me. I feel much better now. Whew, I thought I was going to go have to hide in my burrow in the conference room. Now that this crisis has been avoided and I understand. Did you miss yesterday's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, in case you did, we had on independent filmmaker Brad Bischoff, who made a short documentary about his father-in-law, Roberto Oliveira. The documentary is called Field Song, and it's all about Roberto's experience growing up as a migrant field worker in the tomato fields of Southern California. It was a very fascinating interview, and I highly suggest everyone take time to watch the documentary Field Song. Well, what's on today's show? You'll just have to watch and see. Now that I know what this is, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be for Halloween. Happy almost Halloween! Woohoo!
Are you kidding me with Sam?
Yeah.
I heard, by the way, I was in my office and I heard Sam screaming, filming this, and I was going to come out, and then I'm like, I'll just see it on the show.
Right.
But I heard there was like a whole commotion going on.
You didn't even save him.
Yeah, because we put up our Halloween decorations today in the office, and nobody apparently told Sam.
He needs to be in the know. He's getting more and more high maintenance with how much
A lot
information
of high
he
maintenance.
needs.
A lot of high maintenance to Sam. Well, welcome, Belgium Kim. Welcome, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elliott.
Thank you.
What's happening with you guys?
Nothing much. Just nothing much. Just living life.
You're living large? Are you
living large and in charge?
Are you large and in charge?
Are
you in charge? Are you large?
I'm living large.
You're living large.
Yeah.
I see that on your Instagram.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Gallivanting all over this nation.
Mm-hmm.
And Kim, are you gallivanting also?
I am gallivanting around New York. Does that count?
That
around
does.
New York.
That counts, right? Yeah, that's as far. I haven't left this
Right.
island in a while.
Well, I got to say hello to the squad.
Absolutely, you do.
I got to say hello to the squad. Deanna Love, how you doing? Burke Madera, Marjorie Thompson, Barbara Lord, Tamika Nelson, Marge Higgs, Lynn Brown, Willie Williams, Denisha Castillo. Who else we got here? Burke Madera, Dane Welcome, Lynn Brown, Groundhog Sam, popping in and popping out. Abram Hines, how are you? I haven't seen him in a while. Jeff Bosey, saying that this was taking over for the Great Pumpkin Halloween special. Charlie Brown.
Exactly.
Who else we got here? Tamika Nelson, I said that, right?
Yeah.
Val McGale says, good evening, Brad, Jonathan, Kimmy Kim, Groundhog Sam, and everyone blessings. Very nice. And
Jellaby likes the new suit, Brad.
who?
Jellaby Shauna.
I really do
she's
like
feeling
this little outfit.
That new suit.
I don't even think I match.
Really?
No, I like
feel like
it.
you look
You
real
like it?
good.
You like it?
Yeah.
I almost took it off. I said, I don't think I match.
Really? No, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah.
You're
Looking
looking
sharp.
Yeah.
Looking sharp.
You better to look good than feel good, right?
This is true.
Right? If you had the choice of looking good or feeling good, what would you pick, Belgium Kim?
Well,
man.
feeling good.
Yeah,
Feeling
feeling good.
Feeling
I
good.
hate feeling
Yeah,
bad.
apparently, I do looking good.
You do
Yes.
looking good?
I do looking good,
What
yes.
does that mean, Brad? Are you not feeling good?
I feel great. I'm just saying. I think I do. I look.
You would pick.
I look better than I feel. I think. That's how I would say it.
Well, as of right now, yeah, I
Yes.
would concur with that
All right,
formation.
and Denisha Castillo sending her love to me.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Yes, and Marjorie Thompson and Yvonne Seal. I'm just reading as I go along here. Ma Duke saying hello, and Abigail Taylor Watson. And who else we got here? Carol Harris Holt Burrell, Jella Shorter, Christy Consali. Boy, this roll call goes on forever these days now, right?
It's a fact. Oh my
Yeah.
God, people are loving it. Brad Lynn Brown said very debonair. Yvonne Steele
Really?
said dapper Brad.
Dapper. Smiley
liking
Smith is in there. Rita Ritt.
Boom. Hello.
Hey, Marga.
Ooh, she's new.
She's new. Hey, Kay.
Hey.
Man,
hey,
everybody
Lynn
is
Brown, how you
loving your
doing?
look, Brad.
And they like the look.
They love the
And
look.
I only got through Facebook so far. I haven't even
Oh
said
my
hello
God.
to the people
We-
on YouTube.
You're
Are
popping.
you guys
We're
loving the look?
popping. We're popping here. Dionne Wright, Carol Anderson on YouTube, Ruthie Cutie, Giovanni Myers. We heard of him before.
I don't know that we have.
Welcome,
her.
Giovanni. How are you? Marge Higgs watching on both feeds. Maria Holness, Deanne Wright, Ja Love, Kool-Aid, and Johnny Walker in for the second time today.
Johnny
yesterday. He was in
Walker.
there yesterday, too.
Yes, he was.
Kayla Linton, how are you as well? And welcome everybody I did not say hello to. My apologies if I didn't get to you. Now, yesterday, Belgium Kim
Yes.
and Jonathan,
What's up?
we gave away 3 free consultations.
We sure
Yeah.
did.
And I said, wow, they made it easy, those 3 free consultations.
Yeah.
They did.
So we made it just incrementally, just a little, incrementally.
A little bit.
Like another pinch of sugar in the cake.
Like
Right.
a teensy tiny
Right?
little notch.
Like you fill up the measuring cup, it says
Yeah.
half a cup.
Right.
And you said, I like a little more sugar, I'm just a little more.
Little extra little spoon in
A little spoon or something.
Right. Right.
And everybody failed miserably.
Yeah.
It was an
Miserably.
absolute
It was pretty
failure.
bad.
It was bad.
They didn't even get close.
It was bad. It was almost Armageddon in sharing. It was that bad. It
Whoa.
was Armageddon in
That
sharing.
is-
I mean, to
that's
go
pretty
from
bad. That's pretty bad.
1,150 shares to 200 shares.
It was like 400.
I know I'm being exaggerating.
You know, we
That's
gotta get
true.
something.
Right, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I'm way behind on my YouTube feed here. I'm still looking at Sam. But
Wow, yeah.
But what should we do today? Obviously, nobody wants any free consultations anymore.
What?
No.
I think they do.
I don't think they do.
What if we do this,
What?
Brad?
What?
What if we give them a time limit? What if they have to get to 300 shares by 6:30.
Nah.
Nah?
Nah.
Stop. I'm trying to get the people what they want. I'm trying to get them
Elias, why don't you come up with a better idea?
Yeah.
You guys know I'm horrible at making up these games.
Come on, you're large and in charge. Come on,
There
Yannick.
it is.
in charge.
There it is.
I say, are we still doing the consultation? We're not doing the
I think I scream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream. We have an ice cream party.
Brad, it's like 32 degrees outside.
No ice cream party?
I don't think they would.
You don't want to have an ice cream party with the squad?
I'm just gonna go make it a
Come
hot
on, we'll put Jeff Bosey in a little hat and an ice cream scooper.
Jeff
him on.
Bosey would look adorable in a little
That's
ice
right.
cream man outfit.
Yes.
You would look adorable in an ice cream man
Yeah.
outfit, actually. That's what.
Right, I thought an ice cream party.
Dapper Brad, I feel like people would rather have free consultations
I do
than
too.
an ice cream party.
I still feel like the free consultation is like, look, Denisha's saying, I don't want no ice cream.
Right, right.
She ain't sharing for no ice cream.
She also was like, but Kim, y'all are already late. That's fair.
All right, and Abigail Taylor Watson wants us
More Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes, our sponsor. We have a
Maybe
sponsor.
when they
Our
start
new-
for
they-
real
The
sponsoring
only
us?
problem is Dunkin' Donuts doesn't know they're sponsoring us.
Right.
Right.
Right, but apparently they are.
And instead of them giving us money to
Yes.
talk about them, we give
give
them
them money,
So
exactly.
Right.
I don't feel like that's how sponsorships work, Brad.
So we can't do Dunkin' Donuts.
No.
And Yvonne Steele is kind of backing you up. Too cold for ice cream.
Right, thank you.
Okay, so no ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
No.
Kai said coffee party.
Coffee party.
I've never heard
of a coffee party.
That's pretty new. I like coffee though.
I've heard of going to a coffee shop and meeting a friend,
I was going to say.
but I don't know if it's a party
How do
going
we
on
throw
there.
a coffee party? I mean, we hire a barista, buy a few espresso machines. It sounds better to give away free consultations.
What about lunch with
Yeah.
Groundhog Sam?
Ooh, that's pretty fly.
Oh, I have a better one. We find out who is Groundhog Sam.
Never.
If that's a real thing, it's got to be so many shares, Brad. Do you think that they could get to shares that high? Like, how many shares would you say they would need to find out who Groundhog Sam is?
Oh, at least 8 or 9 million.
Right, exactly.
At least 8 or 9 million shares.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
at least. I mean, and I don't know. Maybe it should be more. I don't know.
Oh my God. Princess said a free consultation and a free gift card. It's almost Christmas. See, that's too thirsty.
Everybody.
That's too thirsty.
That's very thirsty.
That's too thirsty.
Very, very thirsty.
We have even though it's hump day.
Yvonne Steele wants bottle parties.
What is a bottle party?
Champagne.
Champagne.
To ease your pain.
Champagne.
I'll
I
take
like that.
I'll take that.
Champagne to
I'm a
ease your
big
pain.
fan.
All right.
I'm good with
So, maybe no share game today.
No share
We
game.
won't do anything. We'll get back at them.
Wow.
They don't want to share. We don't do a game.
We don't do a game. They don't get to win anything.
Nothing.
Did they end up winning the
They won nothing yesterday.
the calendar?
That was a while back.
Yeah, did they end up winning
Yeah.
that?
We're going to print it out.
They won that already?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they won that calendar. We're going to print it out soon.
I was gonna say, remember we were gonna put one of them in the calendar.
Aren't you designing the calendar? Aren't
I
you
am.
creative directing
Yeah,
the
so
calendar?
that's what I'm saying. We were supposed to put one of them in if they do a share game. Could also do that.
That's true.
By the way, right now, Jilly Bean wants to run in here and strangle you.
He's having
He
an
wants- he
actual
wants to come and
stroke
strangle you right now.
in the control room.
All right, so this is the share game. This is the share game. We get to how many shares, Kim?
I think that they've gotten to 1,100. They did it fairly easily. I think we still got to step it up, Brad. We're not. I think it's got to be 1,200.
Wait, what? No,
They
let
got
them
to.
get-
They
let
got
them
to
get
1,100.
All right, 1,200 shares.
I think 1,100 would be good.
Y'all have made 1,100 look easy twice. Twice. Should we do it in the middle? Should we say
All right, so
150?
1,200 shares.
Boom.
Belgium Kim's going to come to your house. What's she going to do to your house? Take your car,
Take your car and
pip it out, and bring it back.
Oh my
Belgium
God.
Kim is
Pip
going
my
to pip out
car.
your car.
I'm gonna be like X to the Z
Pip
exhibit.
your wheels. Pip your wheels,
Yes.
right?
That was a good show.
Pimp My Ride was a great.
That was great, right?
That was a great show.
What are we gonna do? Seriously, should we do? We didn't think about this ahead of time. I think we should do consultations.
I think we should do consultations. That's what the people want, Brad.
All right, the people want it. People are gonna get it.
Hey.
All right, so this is the story, guys and ladies and groundhogs and all other vermin and men and women watching and groundhogs. We get to, Kim's going to pick a number of shares.
Yeah.
I will give one free consultation for each 100 shares above Kim's number.
Okay.
So, for example, if Kim picks 5 shares,
yeah,
then we have to get to 105 shares for the free consultation. And then each 100 after.
Okay.
Okay. In addition,
yeah,
I will give away one free consult. These are worth $200, folks. $200. I will give away another free consultation if our YouTube combined viewership reaches 130 people.
Cool.
130 people watching. And today, Patrona Collins says it's going to be 800 shares. Kim, what do you say?
This is really hard.
Diana says 800, Kim, please.
I want to be nice.
Well,
but
that's
I
why
don't
I said it's going to be.
too
That's
easy.
why I said it's going to be 100 over whatever you say.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go with 750, which means that you got to get to what, Brad?
850 shares for the free consultation.
That's me being nice, you guys.
And 130 combined viewers on
That's good.
YouTube.
So
I think that's good.
Right.
That's
all right.
fair.
And by the way, before we
looking out
get to
for
our
you.
hump day news,
Yeah.
we have some serious stuff going on. There is a bomber.
Yeah.
Who is sending out bombs to, they have already sent it to Barack Obama. The Secret Service intercepted it. George Soros, the philanthropist, Democratic philanthropist, and liberal philanthropist, also was stopped, as well as Hillary Clinton. Today, the CNN building in New York City was evacuated, and apparently also a device was sent to Eric Holder, but got rerouted to Wasserman Schultz's, who is the head of the Democratic Party, Deborah Wasserman Schultz office instead. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo also received a suspicious package, and later in the afternoon, Representative Maxine Waters received a suspicious
what?
package.
Maxine Waters too?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not immediately known if the bombs would have actually detonated,
Yeah.
although the New York City police said it was an active bomb or active device in the package at CNN. I don't know about the other packages that were sent. President Trump came out and said that he is against all acts or threats of political violence of any kind. They have no place in the United States of America. Except if you're at a pep rally when he says, I like the guy who body slammed the newspaper guy.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Exactly.
You know, that's, what's going on.
That's really scary because my little brother actually works for Obama. So he was in the office.
Right.
And
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was crazy with the family calling and him, letting us know that he was okay. So
Now, President Trump says he does not incite violence.
that's a lie.
Okay, let's watch.
I don't know if I'll do the fighting myself or if other people will.
Knock the crap out of him. Like to punch him in the face.
Audience hit back, and that's what we need.
Been boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, he's not inciting violence.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right, don't you think that some kook takes him seriously?
Exactly. Like when you keep telling people that they should be fighting back and that they should be punching people in the face and that Democrats deserve whatever they have coming to them, that's exactly the kind of people you egg on.
I swear, everything that Trump actually says, just reverse it, and that's what he really means.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, here's some good news, though.
Ooh, I love good news.
Jamaica becomes the first Caribbean nation to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup.
wow.
The FIFA.
The FIFA Cup.
Not the FIFA.
Nice.
The FIFA. I had the pronunciation, the phonetics.
Finally. Right.
Yes, because I always called it FIFA.
Right.
So congratulations
congrats,
to
Jamaica.
Congratulations to Jamaica. And unfortunately, the Reggae Boys list qualified in 1998.
Oh, wow.
So they have not been back in a while.
That's awesome.
Congrats, Reggae girls. That's awesome.
What else is happening here? Where's our Hump Day news?
Oh, we got Hump Day news, I'm sure.
With the nose warmers? Is that where we're starting?
No.
Keep going. No.
That's right.
No.
I'm seeing all the Jamaican flags.
The Yosemite Park?
No.
No. Here we are.
I see it. The hump days are very obvious, I think.
I see it. In China, Belgium Kim. I don't know if you read about this. You know about this because you did this.
I did one of them, yeah.
Belgium Kim, just so you know, she's the randy one of the group. She's the one who finds all these Hump Day news. So I shouldn't make pretend. So I shouldn't make pretend that Belgium Kim, is going to be shocked from this. She actually wrote this for me. I'm going to read it right now.
The dirty news. I only found a couple of them.
You are really good at finding dirty news.
Excuse me, Jilly Bean is just as good, if not better.
I don't know. I would say you're pretty good at
search?
Oh, I mean that's easy.
School is back in session in China, apparently here in Hump Day News.
Okay.
And a kindergarten principal thought it would be a lively event to liven up the kids coming back to school, brought in a pole dancer to welcome them back.
Wait, what?
These kids were 5 years old. Let's watch. We have videos shared on social media showing a scantily clad dancer bearing her midriff dancing for the 5-year-olds. Let's watch.
Wait, what?
What am I looking at here?
Oh my God, they're going
so random.
hard.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
So
I love that they have multiple pole dancers too. Like it wasn't one. It was
Yes, and the principal still has the job, which is crazy. Oh, she got fired. Journalist Michael Standard, who has a 5.5-year-old child at the school, posted that video of the performance and said the principal had gone nuts. Who would think this is a good idea, he said, adding that he was trying to pull the kids out of school and get his tuition money back. The principal hung up on my wife when she called after saying it was international and good exercise. Okay, yeah, maybe for adults, but not for a 3 to 6-year-old.
Obviously.
One recording shows that the flagpole the dancer climbs is also flying the Chinese national flag.
Oh my God.
Oh, hell no.
What happens when you go, like, first day of school for one of your kids and there's a pole dancer? What is your reaction as a parent?
You pull your kid out of that school and get your money back. So, bizarre footage appeared of a naked man imitating having sex with a blow-up doll on the end of a slip road in Northampton, England, just 45 minutes north of London.
Oh, this I did not hear.
The footage taken on a truck's dash cam shows the man standing behind the doll last Wednesday morning. The man was facing the highway and appears to be balancing the doll against a crash barrier and has it facing. Let's watch. Where is this doll?
Oh God! Wait, what is?
I couldn't see. That went back way too fast. You got to be really looking to.
So a guy was just doing it with the.
Doing with the doll. Oh my God!
My God!
On the side of the road.
But
why does she have a leg up on the?
Because she wanted the doll wanted to make it easier to. I'm gonna give you easy access here, right?
She really acquiesces on that, doesn't she? Oh my God!
Yo, that's crazy.
Wow.
All right. This explains everything now, Belgium Kim. I'm reading the next story here.
Trump is president.
Now, woman driven sex crazy after bump on head made her sleep with multiple men. Explains why her boyfriend doesn't mind. A woman suffering memory loss after hitting her head on a metal pole says the accident has left her with another more unusual side effect. It's driven her sex crazy. What? She has turned into a nymphomaniac after being hit on the head. This woman can't stop having sex now. Nikki Pegram has had urges to sleep with multiple men since the bump on her head 4 years ago. And her boyfriend, Mark Gouston, doesn't seem to care. The pair enjoy an open relationship, and he says, knowing I can have wild sex... she says, knowing I can have wild sex with a guy, then come home to my amazing boyfriend is a dream.
Ooh.
So, Jonathan, you want to get involved in this thing?
Absolutely not.
No.
I mean, what I think it's crazy, like the open relationship thing, like whatever floats your boat. But how do you go from like I'm a hardcore monogamist to I am gonna just be free with all the men's? You go, girl. I like it.
I don't think it was from the hit in the head. I just think they're just mentally. I just think they're mental to begin with.
It was a good way to just slip in, like, hey, by the way, honey, maybe we could start seeing other people.
And finally, a professor accidentally played hardcore porn for his packed lecture hall. About 500 students turned up for introductory psychology and got instead introductory sex education. The footage taking of the mortifying debacle shows shocked students aghast at the spectacle of porn coming out of the professor's computer. So you know exactly what happened. The professor came in to put up his presentation and apparently had porn saved on his computer as well, and pressed the wrong file.
No.
This would be me as a professor.
Now, would you press the wrong file? Or is it like you're watching porn and then you're like, oh crap, I gotta go, class is starting. You shut your computer, you run, and then you're like, you already plug it in, and by the time you open it,
starts going on. That could happen too. It's a class of 500 people at the University of Toronto Scarborough campus.
On their first day of class,
So
the
university has said it is offering support to anyone who is disturbed.
Okay, now we're going too far.
That was so extra.
So much of college students. It's just going to be disturbed by some.
Yeah, the only support I would need to find a girlfriend quick.
Right.
I'd be like, wow, I'm like I'm not disturbed. I'm a little hot. You know?
Exactly. The health center is offering cold showers.
Yes, cold showers. That would have been a little better.
Makes more sense.
Yes, exactly. All right, so that's our Hump Day news of the day, and where are we at here? It's 6:11. And where are we at with shares? Where are we at with everything? Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, fill me in.
So we've gone up to about 49 views on YouTube.
49 consecutive viewers.
And Brad Squad is making me regret making it real easy because I don't think they want this. They're only up to 80 shares, Brad. You guys, I made it easy. Please don't disappoint me. Come on, you got this. No, you can do this.
Come on, guys.
We got the best squad in all the land.
All right. So anyway, before we get to our immigration questions, our Miami field correspondent, Anna Ascona, had a message for the Fox News hosts who are outraged over the SNL skit that parodied Kanye West's recent meeting with Donald Trump at the White House. I thought the skit was pretty funny myself.
Yeah.
I think many others did too, as SNL ran that episode not once, but 2 weeks in a row. Let's see what Anna has to say about this.
Hey friends from the Brad Show Live, I'm Anna Ascona. Fox News host Pete Hegseth and Trish Regan complained about Saturday Night Live's skit about Donald Trump and Kanye West meeting, saying that it portrayed Trump supporters as either dumb, crazy, or racist. First of all, that SNL skit was pretty funny. And it goes with the point that I mentioned before. Kanye meeting up with Trump was just Kanye making a fool out of himself. Do you really think Trump really cared that Kanye was in his office or about what Kanye had to say? No, not really. He just cared that he had a celebrity in there that was gonna make headlines, just like SNL creating a skit, making fun of them. And not only is Kanye a celebrity meeting up with Trump, but he is a black celebrity. So that's even making it better for Trump. And I'm pretty sure, just like we're all questioning Kanye's mental health, so is Donald Trump. We can all agree that Kanye did sound like he was a little out of his mind. So if you want to call that crazy, then I guess so. That's up to you guys. But during that meeting, he was missing little screws here and there that needed to be tightened up. But we know the real reason Fox News is upset is because they love Donald Trump. And if we're making our president look bad and his supporters look bad, they're not going to be happy with that, and of course they're going to go ahead and attack. Anyways, Trump himself has some issues, so maybe him and Kanye should be best friends. Like, for example, do you hear the things that he goes on Twitter and says? Do you hear when he speaks in public? Or in general, when he just opens his mouth? He sounds like he's a little cuckoo in the head too. But anyways, if you don't like the way that Donald Trump is making you look, and this is for you Trump supporters, just remember, this is the man that you voted for. So on election day, while our next presidential election and these elections coming up, be careful who you vote for. I'm just saying, if you're offended by this, you should have thought twice before voting for him.
All right, so that was Anna's take on Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into something that we call with your immigration questions. I'm going to answer them as best as I can right now. 1-800-529-5465. There it goes. Oh, I don't have my volume on. Nope. Did we have any volume on there? Did we? Did we? I don't hear anything.
I actually did.
I'm not hearing anything. Let's see if I hear people when they call. Tiffany. Tiffany.
Hello?
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay, I'm good. I'm asking a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I got a petition that that have been approved by the National Visa Center for the citizenship in America. However, when this was done, this was done for my country that I was living in, but I'm not in my country again. So is there a way that I could do this without go back home?
All right, first of all, it's not your citizenship, it's your green card. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it's a big difference, citizenship and green card. Number two, are you out of status here right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go home, you won't come back for 10 years or more. Who's sponsoring you?
Right.
Who's sponsoring you?
My dad.
Okay, you need a provisional waiver, Tiffany. That's what you need to do. Now, maybe you're
provisional waiver?
Yeah, and then you can go home and come back without a problem. Hold on one second. Let's go to Jesse in Los Angeles. Jesse.
Yes.
Hi, Jesse.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. I'm calling from California.
Good.
How are you?
I'm talking to you from New York. How are you?
Okay. Can you hear me?
I do hear you. I'm having a conversation with you as we speak.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm at a music place, so I can
no
hear.
problem. No
Okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
My sister, green card holder.
Right.
She has had a green card for 12 years.
Right.
She made the stupid mistake. She got involved in some stuff, and they gave her 36 months in a federal prison for conspiracy to distribute and to possess with the intent to distribute.
Sounds pretty
Class
serious.
B felony. Wow.
Yeah, very serious. She has a green card?
Yes, she had her green card ready for 12 years.
How old was she when she got her green card?
She was 19. She got it in 2006.
All right. She's going to get deported.
Okay. The reason I'm asking you, I live in California. I've seen your YouTube, the way you talk to people.
Sure.
You seem very honest.
I am.
Okay.
You're a good judge
I don't
of
really
character.
trust the lawyers out. Okay, I don't really trust the lawyers here out in California. A lot of them will try to tell you, we'll do waivers, we'll do this.
You can't do a
take
waiver.
some money from me.
No, you can't.
So definitely, I like your question. You're very honest.
Definitely, if
Go ahead.
you're convicted of a sale of drugs, it's an aggravated felony. Especially, I mean, it's not a minor drug sale. It's a conspiracy to distribute. 36 months in jail. It's a pretty serious offense. It's an aggravated felony. If you're an aggravated felon, you're getting deported unless you can show either you were a citizen before you were 18 and you didn't know it. That's why I asked how old she was when she came here. She was 19, so she couldn't derive citizenship through her parents because she wasn't even here at the time. Or some sort of convention against torture that her life is in serious jeopardy if she were to go home. Short of that, she's going to get deported.
Right.
But there's no
Well,
waivers.
so it doesn't matter if she got her green card when she was 17. Would that make a difference? Because I really don't remember.
If she came to live with her parents and the parents were citizens, it's possible she's a citizen.
No parent citizen.
Okay,
We're
no,
all
so
from
that-
Mexico.
then it doesn't matter. No, she's going to get deported. She's going to get deported.
Okay.
All right.
God bless
All
you.
right, sorry about
Thank
that.
you
All right,
very
thank
much
you.
for giving me this opportunity. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
very much.
honesty. Bye-bye.
You know, I saw in the paper from Mexico that in Acapulco, there's such gang wars going on right now. That I saw in the paper a picture of people at the beach, and at the edge of the beach there's some dead bodies, and people are just taking a vacation anyway and going.
What?
Yeah, I saw it in the paper the other day.
Oh my
It was
God.
crazy. I was going to bring it up on the show, but then I said that could be a little too gory.
Yeah.
But now I brought it up anyway. But
And
we didn't
now-
have a picture of it. All right, so Tina in Brooklyn. Tina.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I have a friend, right?
Yes.
She receives SSI, disability, and she works part-time, but she want to sponsor her daughter. She's a U.S. citizen.
That's okay.
And also, she have a child endangerment against her. Can she still petition?
If she's a U.S. citizen, yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Let's go to Nahiba in Detroit, Michigan. Nahiba.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I have a question. I have my uncle who got deported 7 years ago with the green card holder. He was convinced with a bad felony.
What do you mean a bad felony? I don't know what a bad felony is.
A fraud felony.
A side felony? A fraud felony?
Fraud.
Fraud.
Yep.
Fraud.
Yes.
Yes. What was the fraud? What was the fraud?
It was, I believe, a food stamp fraud.
Was it in excess of $10,000?
It was more than that.
Yeah, okay. So he got deported as an aggravated felon then. And what year was this?
Yeah, he went to prison. He went to prison like for 3.5 years.
Right.
That was in 2008, and then he got deported
Where's he
in
from?
2011.
Where's he from?
Yemen.
Yemen. Okay, so what's the question?
I'm asking if there's any way that he can come back.
Not at the moment, no. Maybe in the future. But he's got to wait
Maybe
at
in
least
the future?
Yeah, but he's got to wait at least 15 years.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Michael in Gary, Indiana. Michael.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Yes, Michael.
I called a couple of days ago regarding my cousin about the social media. He got married 8 years ago, and he concerned because I know you tell that people with a renewed green card or request something, they might be detained because of the Facebook and every hoopla is going on right now. And I wasn't in his waiting, everything was fine, but he got big fight. Actually, he cheated. She divorced him, and all these things he heard that he might be detained when he come back because they're looking to deport the green card holder.
I think I told you before not to worry about it. He's going to be fine. Okay.
Because because when people get detained in the borders, they have rights to remain silent, or not really, the green card holder.
He has. If what you should do is have your brother have a consultation with me. Because obviously he's concerned about something. If he's concerned about a marriage fraud or something like that.
He is always concerned.
Okay.
I believe that immigration have to have clearly evidence to prove that you are a removable person. I believe. I think. I'm not sure.
I don't. You're just making up laws at this point. So
right,
what I think you need to do is have your brother call. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to Eugenia in Queens. Eugenie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Mr. Bernstein.
What's going on?
Please don't put me on the air.
You're on the air. 1 second, you're on the air.
I'm your ex-client, so
you want to be on the 1 second. You want to be on the air or off the air?
No, not on the air.
Okay, so you're on the air now. You're on the air, so I got to take you off the air. Duh. All right, so let's go to Raja in San Jose. What kind of thing is this? I'm calling the middle of the show. I'm going to stop my show and talk to her. Yeah, hold on, everybody. Let me go over here.
Go to your office.
Yeah.
All right, Raja in San Jose, California.
Mr. Brad, thanks for your time, sir.
Yeah, how are
I'm
you?
going to ask you a question. I know your time is limited. My question is that I live in California.
Mm-hmm.
I was charged with assault and battery with a bodily injury, which is Penal Code 242/243D misdemeanor. That was my charge. I spent 5 months in jail back in 2009. I've been green card holder since 2007. My question is, am I a best candidate to apply for citizenship? If not, can I apply for my green card renewal, which is coming up next year?
When did you get your green card?
2007.
When were you living in the United States?
I came in 2000.
In 2000. And you got your green card 2007, and you got this misdemeanor, whatever it is, in 2009?
Yes, sir.
All right. How did you enter the United States?
I came on a visit visa with my dad and overstayed, and I got married to a U.S. citizen, got my papers to her.
Yeah. Unless it sounds something more serious than it sounds, you have perhaps a crime of moral turpitude that was more than 5 years after your entry into the United States in 2000. So to me, that would not make you a deportable alien. But I would like to see your dispositions, and you have 5 years good moral character. I would suggest to your citizenship. But before you do it, let me see your disposition first. So hold on for a
I will
consultation.
do that, sir.
Okay, hold on. All right. So with that being said, Belgium Kim. Yes. You love this. Oktoberfest.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I haven't seen
So
this yet.
Oktoberfest is famous in Munich, Germany.
Yeah.
And it goes from Saturday, September 22nd to Sunday, October 7th.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it Oktoberfest if it starts in September? Good question. You never found that out.
I sure did, Brad. And as a matter of fact, you'll get the answer right in this video.
Okay, good. All right, so Munich is the home of Oktoberfest, but that doesn't mean that people all over the world don't celebrate the event. Belgium Kim got into the spirit of the festival right here in New York City at Munich on the East River.
Yes.
Held at Zum Schneider restaurant and considered one of the most authentic Oktoberfests outside of Germany. Let's watch.
Belgium Kim, or should I say Germany Kim, because today I am taking you as close to Munich as possible. Munich on the East River in downtown New York City. So not that close, but pretty close. Oktoberfest was founded in 1810 when King Ludwig married Princess Therese, and they made a whole thing of it. Today, it's a 14 to 16 day celebration in Munich that serves over 7 million liters of beer. That's over 66,000 barrels of beer. In its 5th year, Zum Schneider Restaurants at Munich on the East River is considered one of the most authentic Oktoberfest celebrations, complete with a fully decorated Oktoberfest tent, an Oompa band stage, and Oktoberfest beers served in no less than 1 liter steins. The food is served by German-speaking staff and is going to be full of traditional Oktoberfest goodness. We're talking roast chicken, pork shank, bratwurst, all of the goodness. And of course, Groundhog Sam's favorite, pretzels! We're gonna go talk to some revelers, and later we'll talk to owner Sylvester Schneider. Check it out, Brad Squad! Is this your first time at Munich on the East River?
It is. It's pretty awesome. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I love the band. It's very exciting and a lot of fun.
Did you already have your own lederhosen, or did you buy the lederhosen special for this occasion?
I had to buy it.
He's very happy with the lederhosen, I have to say. He said he wants to live in them now.
Yes, I actually go outside, do chores in my lederhosen.
What's your family's immigration story?
My family is German. They came over from the Alsace-Lorraine after World War II. They weren't fond of what was going on with the Nazis. We were bakers at the time, and then we came over and we were working on the dam, the Hoover Dam. We went all over the world and blossomed from there.
I come from Cherokee Indians. I'm originally from Oklahoma.
Why is Oktoberfest such a special celebration?
For an American-born, German like me, I feel like it connects me back to where we came from. Anything that can connect me back to my heritage is great.
What year is this for you guys coming to this Munich?
Every year for the last 7 years.
Have you been to the Oktoberfest in Munich before?
3 times.
How does this compare to Munich's Oktoberfest?
On a mini scale, perfect.
We could be in Germany right now.
Yes.
Zum Schneider is awesome. We love it.
I mean, really, he did an awesome job. It's great, and it's New York, so there's so many different people here, which is really nice. Got an Argentinian woman singing German music.
We are here with Zum Schneider Restaurant owner and Oktoberfest creator, Sylvester Schneider. Hello, sir.
Prost, everybody.
This is the 5th year of Munich on the East River, right?
Correct.
What inspired you to create Munich on the East River?
Zum Schneider's not that big, we fit like 100 people inside, and
70 outside, and yeah, then a couple of standing room, and that's it. We started here at Sullivan with the World Cup. I always wanted to do an outdoor screening for the World Cup. I never found the right place. I found this place. We did it here. We were champion that year, and Dina, who runs the show here, offered us the place for Oktoberfest.
What makes this Oktoberfest, Munich on the East River, so authentic?
The decoration is done by a good old friend of mine, Angela Wendt. She's actually the stage and costume designer of Rent, the musical Rent. But she comes from the same neck of the wood as I am. She knows what Munich looks like, and we recreate it and, you know, gave it our own little spin as well. And I'm just a helplessly obsessed traditionalist. I want to make it as real and authentic as possible. That's why glass steins, only 1 liter mugs. The menu is very authentic with a Steckerlfisch, the Oberst, Weißwurst, Haxenheber, all like the real deal.
Where are you from?
I'm from Wessling, that's outside of Munich. It's very close to the monastery Andex, which probably most people are familiar with. They brew beer there too, and we actually have their beer exclusively. Unfortunately, we ran out already.
What's your immigration story?
I was a tourist for 10 years.
Okay.
And I got married, and I got a green card. Okay. And I became citizen 3 years ago.
And you've been in the U.S. how long?
Too long.
What prompted your move to the U.S. originally?
I'm a musician, and I wanted to become a rock star in America. I got a scholarship at Berklee College of Music. That was the reason.
It's actually a perfect segue. Can you tell us a little bit about your band?
The band is together over 12 years. We do a lot of songs that are kind of old-fashioned, like 100-year-old songs from like old shellac recordings I have. And in the last set, it gets pretty rocky, pretty punk rock.
Hey, Brad Spot, I am with Minnie D.
How are you doing?
What are you doing here at this wonderful Oktoberfest?
Well, I'm one of the singers here. I sing with the band, the Ya-Ya-Ya's. I'm not German, but I'm an honorary German.
What does Oktoberfest mean to you?
So before I got involved with Ya-Ya-Ya's, I really didn't know too much about it, except for what it means is really amazing beer and really amazing Bavarian pretzels.
Yeah.
That's delicious. This is my second year doing Oktoberfest with Zoom Snyder. It's the happiest celebration that I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. You come here, everyone's so happy. It's not just all about like, I'm drunk happy. It's just, I'm like happy about life. We're happy to be together. We're happy to celebrate and happy to be alive. So I'm all in.
Have you ever been to Munich's Oktoberfest?
I've been to Munich, but never the Oktoberfest. Oh. And Munich is the cutest, most lovely place in the world. Everyone's so amazingly darling there. So I'd love to go back and actually be there for Oktoberfest.
What's your immigration story?
My grandfather is an African American, and my grandmother is actually a Native American, a mixture of that and white European. And they fell in love at a time when it wasn't like necessarily the best time to fall in love or interracial marriage, but they did. Oh, wow. So I'm sort of I'm a little bit of a blend.
Yeah. You're a melting pot.
I'm a melting pot. I'm like, I am the Statue of Liberty.
I am here with Gerard. You just delivered an amazing performance up there. Some call it slap dancing, is that right?
That's right.
What is the real name for it?
So for us from Germany, we call it Schuhplattler.
Does that make you a Schuhplattlist?
Close enough. A Schuhplattler is what we say ourselves, but we'll go with that.
So what do you do here at the Oktoberfest?
So we're typically German dancers, entertainment for people who want to have that kind of performance. We're GTEV Schlierachtaler Stamm, based out in Long Island. We're founded originally in New York City here from our ancestors who came over in 1928. We're celebrating our 90th year since we moved to Long Island. Franklin Square is a town. We meet once a week on Wednesday nights at Plattdeutsch Park in Franklin Square just to uphold the traditions.
What's your immigration story?
Well, my mom was born in Germany. She came over when she was a toddler. My dad's side, he was born here in the city in Queens, but his parents both were born in Germany. His dad was from the Munich area where the traditional dancing, the Schuhplattler, is very prevalent. So when he came to the States, he wanted to get involved in that kind of culture. here in the city. He found our group in about the mid-1950s. My dad was born into it. He met my mom at an Oktoberfest event upstate. She married into it, and here we are, third generation born into it.
You were born to dance, basically.
Basically, yeah. Just have good times with all of our members.
Is this your full-time job?
No, I work in the corporate world, unfortunately. I wish I could do this full-time.
Here's the real, most important question. How often have you shown up to your office job rocking these lederhosen?
Not as often as I like.
No. We are here with Erica, the phenomenal accordion player we just saw. Tell us a little bit about how you became involved with this group.
I've been coming to Zoom Schneider, and I've known Sylvester for about 7 years. Almost since I moved to New York. I came here from Chicago, and it's just a lovely group of people. I love the music, and I love the beer and the food, so it was a natural fit.
How long have you been doing Oktoberfest with Zoom Schneider?
This is my 3rd year doing Oktoberfest with Zoom Schneider.
The way that we knew we absolutely had to come talk to you is somebody was like, look at this! There's an Argentinian accordion player in the Oktoberfest band. How awesome is that? Are you an Argentinian accordion player? It's in a German band.
My entire family is from Argentina. Okay. My mom is born in Paraná, in Entre Rios, and my dad is from Buenos Aires. My dad moved here in his 20s. I think his goal was to come here and make enough money to go to Oktoberfest. I mean, that's the story he's told me. And then I guess he just stayed, and then he met my mom. So they both met here. But my dad introduced me to German music since I was a little kid.
What is it that you love about the Zoom Schneider's Munich on the East River Oktoberfest?
I love being able to perform on a stage with thousands of awesome, fun-loving, dancing people. And I love Sylvester and the Ya-Ya-Ya's. They're so much fun to play with and to work with. And I love wearing a dirndl. I have to show you something very special. Yes. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
1, 2, 3. Prost, everybody!
Okay, Brad Squad, that is the end of Oktoberfest for us. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. This was a blast. Until next time, Prost!
So, Kim, it looks like you were really drunk at the end of that. Doesn't it? Doesn't she look like she was hammered?
Yeah.
I was feeling good.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Yeah, it looked like you were hammered, actually.
It was true. Good vibe. I was drunk on the vibes, Brad.
Yes,
I was drunk on the vibes. It was.
All right. I don't know about drinking on the job, Kim.
Good vibes. Yeah. No, I was like, what if I did my outro with beer in my hand? Wouldn't that be fun? And they were like, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect.
So, what did you learn about Oktoberfest? Anything?
So I learned a bunch of stuff. I learned something at the very end that was far too late about what I was wearing. So the dirndls are classic women's wear, and you can tie the bow everywhere. Like I saw people with the bows in different places, but a lot of people had it tied in the middle. So I just kind of followed the crowd, and it wasn't until my brother, because Belgium and Germany are very close, my brother goes to Germany frequently, and
it's the next country over.
We literally touch each other.
It's like U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, it's exactly like U.S. and Canada, except we're the Canada to Germany's U.S.
Correct.
Right.
And so he looks at me. He's like, "Do you know what the bow tied in the middle means?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "In our group family chat," he's like, "It means you're a virgin." Ha ha ha.
So you were wearing your costume wrong. You were wearing your costume as a virgin.
I was being cutesy.
All
Denisha
right.
said I looked innocent. I'm being innocent.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
see?
Maybe you are. We don't know.
Don't be hump daying my Oktoberfest.
Right.
It was adorable.
All right. All right. So Kim at Oktoberfest. We got to get back to immigration though. Omar in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yes, sir. At Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yes,
How
sir.
are you, Omar? What's up?
I'm good. Yes, sir. I have applied for asylum back in 2015 when I was on a student visa, and I'm just waiting since.
Yeah, it's gonna be about a 5-year wait for people who filed several years ago. People who file now are getting them right away, and what Trump is doing is he's taking the new cases and adjudicating them, and the people who filed years ago, they go to the end of the line. Is that fair? No, but that's what's happening.
Okay, sir. So, I mean, like, will that help me and make things easier for me, or I will say the same thing?
It's going to be the same. I mean, your case is your case. It's not making it any easier or harder because it's, years down the line, unless maybe country conditions may have changed or something. Your story's your story.
Yeah.
But it's, unfortunately, it's just, you're going to be in this, like, gray area until they call you for an interview, which unfortunately probably is going to be another 2 years.
Okay, sir. So, like, and the green card wait time after this will stay the same?
Yes, 1 year after you get approved.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good luck. All right, let's go to Patty in Boston. Patty?
Hello,
Patty.
yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Fine, thank you.
What's going on?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Nothing much. I'm fine. I'm trying to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I want to find out. One of my uncles, kids were sent back to Africa by the troublesome wife who never liked them, their stepmom.
What? I don't understand you. Maybe it's just a bad muffled connection. What are you saying? Something about your uncle in Africa?
One of my uncles had a problem with his wife, who was their stepmother.
Right.
And the stepmother just, took the kids back to Africa. And it's been about 10 years now.
What do you mean your stepmother took the case back to Africa? I don't even know what that means.
So what I'm trying to say is that the husband and wife, they were married. And these kids are not the woman's kids. So the woman was angry with the husband and sent the kids back to Africa.
Okay, how old are the kids now?
They're about 26.
Okay, so did the husband get a green card?
The husband is a citizen as we speak.
The husband's what?
He's a citizen. The husband
okay,
has
he filed? Did the husband file for his children?
No, the wife filed for the husband and brought the husband to America.
I understand that, but then she sent the kids back home. And my question to you is, did the father, he's the father of these kids, did he do anything?
Yes.
What did he do?
He didn't know that the woman sent them home and took their green card. He never knew. He thought he just sent them home for holiday.
All right, so when do you think the father would have woken up from his coma when he didn't see his kids for a decade?
No. He knew.
Am I missing something here?
Yeah, he knew. No. It's not something new. It's a while now. I just want to know what they can do for them.
He has to file for them. That's what I'm trying to say. Hold on 1 second. You got to file for them. I mean, the father's like, what can you do? Go file for them. They lost their green cards. Julio in Los Angeles, California.
Hi, attorney. I have a question for you.
How are you?
Fine. How are you? I want to see what are my options to be trying to get my citizenship. I'm a resident, but I have a no conviction.
What's the old conviction for?
It's a 273A.
I don't know what it's a California penal code. I don't know what it is. Just tell me what it was.
I think they use it as child abuse, inflict to a child.
Oh well, if you have child abuse, even from a long time ago, that could be very fatal to you. It could be deportable. I would not do anything. Don't file citizenship. Don't renew your green card. Don't travel until we take a look at your case. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let's go to Shankay in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Hello, good day.
How are you?
Yes, I'm good. My question is, I was in an abusive relationship, and my husband, he battered me. I recently called the police on him because I was silenced for the whole relationship and stuff like that. So I just recently hired an attorney, and they're about to file 360.
Yes.
Yeah, for me. Mm-hmm. So my question is, how long do you think it would be before I would be able to get my work permit?
Well, if he's filing the I-360 and the I-45 simultaneously, you'll get your work permit in about 5 months.
My husband, he's only a green card holder.
Oh, okay. So then you would be filing the I-360 only, not the I-45. And it's taken about 18 to 20 months to get the VAWA case approved, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
So hang in there.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Hang in there. All right. Let's go to Ramel in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Ramel.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to ask. I arrived America. It's my fourth time. I arrived last December 10, like a student. It's my fourth time, like a J1 visa. For some circumstance of the life, well, I stay over here and now. So I just want to know what I could do to have a residence.
Where are you from, Rommel, originally? Philippines?
No, I am from Peru. I know.
You're from Peru, okay.
Yeah, I know. Subject to the two rulers in my visa.
You are not.
No.
All right. So you're asking. So you don't have a 2-year home residence requirement. You've overstayed your visa. So, like anybody else, how do you get a green card? Family sponsorship, marriage, job sponsorship. Some sort of asylum claim if you qualify. Abuse. You're a victim of a crime. Investing in a business. Now, whether or not you ultimately would get a green card through any of those type of cases would depend on a lot of other factors. Are you 245I? Do you have somebody to give a provisional waiver for you because you have overstayed your time? So hold on one second. I mean, we can have a whole consultation here, but I don't have time to do it. So hold on one second. Let's go to Nick in Mesa, Arizona. Nick.
Yes, hi, how are you,
Hi,
attorney?
how are you?
I'm good. Actually, I have a question about my legal status here. So I came here on a tourist visa. I've been going back and forth to the U.S. And the last time I entered the U.S. was in August. So I'm trying to know my options on how to, be a resident here or, to get a green card.
It's the same thing I just said before.
Yeah.
Family, employment, investments, asylum, abuse, victim of a crime. We would need to sit down with you. I mean, you're asking me in 30 seconds what all your options are. I don't know anything about you, and we don't have time to sit down. But we would need a consultation. So hold on one second. Let's go to Marta in Denver, Colorado. Marta.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, how are you, Marta?
I'm all right. I have a question.
Yes.
If the 212E rule applies in my visa, does that hinder me from becoming a permanent resident?
It means you have a 2-year home residence requirement that needs to be waived. That's what it means.
So I just need a waiver?
You need a waiver, and you get the waiver based on no objection from your government or hardship or an interested government agency from the United States of America.
Okay, thank you.
We can help you. Hold on one second, all right? Let's go to Mohammed in Brooklyn. Mohammed?
Yep.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm doing good too. What can I do to help you?
I just have a question here. I filed for asylum 2014, and now I have already went through my master hearing. Now I'm scheduled for an individual hearing April of next year. So, and I got married to a U.S. citizen last year, September 9. So I was thinking because she wants to file in for me, the petition, for me. So
she should.
My question here is,
she's got to file. One second. She's got to file an I-130 first, get it approved, because you can't file your adjustment because you got married after you got put in deportation. So you got to get the I-130 approved first. She should do that immediately. I don't know whether the I-130 would be approved by April for the time of your individual hearing. So it looks like you're going to have to move forward on your asylum case. But she should file the I-130 immediately.
Right. So what if I file in the I-130 and now it is not yet approved? Should I still go for the individual hearing or what exactly? Because the time is very short for me.
Mohammed, do I have any idea what your asylum case is about? Have I looked at your file? How would I know whether you're going to win? The answer is if you're going to win your case, you go, obviously, because you get your green card. Okay? If you're not going to win your case, you don't go because you're going to get deported. So do I know whether you're going to win your case? I have no idea. I don't know anything about you. Where you from?
Absolutely not.
All right, so hold on one second, and then I can assess it. You need a consultation, okay? Hold on. All right. Just seeing here, 234 Facebook shares.
Yeah.
70 people watching on YouTube. I don't even know if they deserve to have social media check-in. That's what I was thinking.
Do you think that we just sit in silence and just stare them down?
Yeah.
Just
stare them down.
You get the silence.
Stare them down.
Yeah, we're not feeling too loved. Faye.
This is what the Brad Squad has made of their life.
This is what they
They made of their life. They watch a 2-hour show and can't even share it.
Nope.
Can you have your mother? What would your mother say to the Brad Squad, Jonathan?
My mother?
Yeah. What would your mother say to the Brad Squad?
Come on, guys, please. Please, for my son.
He wants a job. He wants a job still. If you don't share, he doesn't have a job.
For my son's sake, please, just share it.
For my son's sake. Oh, the heavy guilt.
Yeah.
Oh, the mother's guilt. No one can guilt you quite like a mother.
Don't have Elsie come on here begging you guys.
And Elsie will. Elsie has
will.
no. She's a
No
savage,
shame.
you guys.
So let's do what we call social media check-in anyway. We'll give it to him anyway.
Oh,
You're
wow.
such a nice
so
guy.
generous. Brad.
Yeah. All right. So what do we got?
All right, we got one from Binta. Can you file for an I-130 if you came in the country with a different name?
Can they what? Can you get a green card if you go into it? I was reading what Yvonne Steele was writing.
What'd she write?
I was reading. I can't read the whole thing. It says Brad giving away too much info, and then they use other attorney. I might sound a little selfish. Well, thank you very much, Yvonne Steele.
Damn.
Yes, and Angela Barrett says, well, I'm very good at heart, which is true.
She also said she called in for information from Brad when she already hired another attorney. Yeah, I agree with Yvonne. What are you doing? If you're not trusting your attorney, hire one that you do.
Right.
The one you're calling.
Right. You're teaching your attorney?
You want to know why?
Tell me.
People are penny wise and dollar foolish.
No, there you go.
There it is.
This is not the time or the issue to be penny
penny
wise
and
or dollar foolish.
Nope.
All right, let's start social media all over again.
All right.
All over again.
Binta says, can you file for an I-130 if you came in the country with a different name?
Yes, but you're going to need a whole bunch of waivers.
We've got Simone who wants to know, an adjustment of status was filed with USCIS, sent back because of improper filing, and it was corrected and sent back 1 month ago, and we still haven't heard from USCIS. Is that normal?
Yeah, because it's as if you just filed 1 month ago.
All right. Grand Moan. They extended me for 18 months. Why'd they do that? Can you explain? It's the form I-751.
Yeah, you're filing to remove the conditions of your permanent residence. While they're reviewing your case, you get your conditional residence extended for 1.5 years. Why 1.5 years? Because they're really backed up.
Rowena has a question. She said, I filed for my citizenship and got an interview, but I'm still not hearing from immigration 4 months ago. How long does it take for them to get back from me?
12 months.
Back to me.
I assume you received. What's so funny, Jonathan?
This next question is long as hell, and you just answered that like that.
By far, I think, I'm not even kidding, Brad, this is the longest question we've ever received.
Well, I'm not going to be able to pay attention to it.
I was just about to say, you're gonna tune out two sentences in.
I'm not going to be able to pay attention to
No, you're going to have to.
Because, I have a rule in the office. If you send me an email that's more than 4 sentences, I can't read it.
And that is a steadfast rule.
Right?
He will not.
Right.
I'm going to attempt.
All right. Should I go like get some coffee or something while you're reading I'll listen?
I might just call it to you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wonder. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a
Can you imagine
way.
if you start asking the question and we come back tomorrow and we continue the show and you're still asking it?
Yeah.
Right, you've been sitting here for 24 hours asking this question.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
okay, let me just read it.
Just go.
All right, Novo has a question. Hi, I needed advice. If it's possible to get a work permit and eventually an immigrant visa. We came here on August 23rd with my 2 kids with a B1, B2 visa. Currently, we're staying with my brother and his wife here in Houston, Texas, who are both U.S. citizens. We have a BPO, business process outsourcing operation in Manila, Philippines, which I serve as a business development partner. We have our offshore clients, mostly U.S.-based companies. To expand our business, we focus our market here in the U.S.
All right, stop, because all of this is irrelevant. It doesn't really matter what her business is.
Okay, so
if she has a business, she can do one of 3 things. she wants to have her business help her. Okay, there is what's called an e-visa. An e-visa is an E1 is a treaty trader. An E2 is a treaty investor. You have to have, the country has to have a treaty with the United States of Commerce. Philippines has it. So you can do an E1 or an E2 depending on what type of business it is, whether it's trade between the United States and the Philippines or you want to set up a business here. You have to make an investment, a substantial investment, and put your money at risk. Alternatively, you can do what's called an L1 or L2 visa, intracompany transferee visa. You have a company in the Philippines. You just told me you were the managing executive of it. You now open up a branch of that company in the United States of America. And now you transfer employees. And lo and behold, who's the employee you want to transfer? Yourself. And then you transfer yourself as an intracompany transferee and then ultimately work into a green card that way. Or you can invest $1 million in a business here in the United States, hire 10 U.S. workers, and use that investment of $1 million to hire the 10 U.S. workers and get a green card that way as well. How's that? Did I not answer her question?
I'm not sure.
I think you did. I'm pretty sure you did. They already set up an LLC here.
In Delaware.
Right. So they would need to do either an E2 or an L1.
Boom.
All right.
Work through it.
I couldn't listen to that anymore, so.
I was going to say, he was like halfway through. There was just
I was halfway through.
halfway.
Actually, not even halfway.
That was 1/3.
Yeah, I mean, what the company does, that has nothing to do with anything.
No.
I had no time to read it before.
That's true. That's true.
All right, let's continue.
We've got a question from Diane who said, my husband is a U.S. citizen and he started filing for me in May of 2018. How long will it take for the entire process to be approved? Yeah.
1 hour, 2 hours. I don't know. At the exact time it's going to be done, I don't know. They say 12 to 24 months. I have no idea.
12 to
Yeah.
It's a good fork of time.
All right. Johnny Walker says, on the G325, do you list all employment and residence or just for the last 5 years?
Just for the last 5 years.
Shelly?
No, excuse me.
Oh.
G325?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do a G325 anymore. I don't know why you would be doing one. But it's since the age of 16, but there would be no reason to do it.
Isn't that a plane also?
What, the G325?
Yeah.
That's a G7.
It's a G7?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Apparently, I'm not well-versed in private plane. Shelly Ann said, hey guys, my husband filed for me in February of this year. I got my combo card in July, but I didn't get an interview yet. I need to know if it's safe to travel with my advance parole.
Yes.
All right. And we have Shelly Ann.
One more.
One more. Oh, Stacy Graham. Hi, Mr. Bernstein.
Yes.
I'm reaching out to you for my brother who's a client of yours. He's in Jamaica. Over 4 months, he did the interview and was told all is well. So.
What's going on? I don't know. I don't know what's going on either. I'm not sure who your brother is, but since he's my client, you should have him call us. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay. He was told everything was good. Please clarify administrative processing and how can you help?
We would have to call the U.S. Embassy and see what the problem is. But administrative processing means is we're just going to slow down to a halt and do nothing with your case. That's what it means. All right. By the way, do you know? Excuse me. All these bombings and shootings.
Mm-hmm.
We were reminded today of Antoinette Tuff. She was the teacher. Where was she? She was in Atlanta, Georgia. Accountant.
Mm-hmm.
She was working in the school.
Yes.
Right, in Georgia, right?
I believe that's right,
yes. And she is the only person that we know of that has ever talked down a school shooter and saved hundreds and hundreds of kids' lives. They actually made a made-for-TV movie about her. Let's watch. With us today is Antoinette Tuff, and boy, does that name stick with her after you hear her extraordinary story. Her story is so extraordinary, this past week, Lifetime Networks just aired a true-life movie about her experience, the experience that happened on August 20th, 2013. Antoinette was working as a bookkeeper at the Ronald McNair Discovery Learning Center in Decatur, Georgia. I actually went to school at Emory, so I'm very familiar with that area. And Antoinette, welcome to our show, and tell us what happens on that day.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to be on your show today. It was an unbelievable, unrealistic day. If you had to get up in the morning and think of what you was going to do, that wouldn't have been what you would have chose.
It wouldn't be even in your thoughts of 1 million thoughts of what could possibly happen today. Let's hear what happened.
So on August 20, 2013, I walked into the elementary school. I was on my way to work that day, overwhelmed because my husband had just left me after 33 years. And so I was just trying to get my bearings and trying to get myself together, trying to figure out how I wasn't going to pay bills, because when he left all this debt, no check. You know how that goes.
I know how that goes. I represent lots of people with husbands with no checks. And you have children, and one is disabled, I understand, right?
Yes, my son is multiple disabled, and so he had actually came home to visit me from school because I was in an unstable position. I had tried to commit suicide several times, and so my son came to kind of check on me to see how I was doing, and he was like, "Okay, Mom, how are you? You know what's going on?" It was real uncomfortable for me to be able to allow my kids to know what was going on with me at that moment, but it was obvious. I was just not knowing how to breathe without having my best friend. My husband wasn't just my husband, but he was my best friend too.
He was your life for 33 years. This is what you were looking at when you went to work. A husband who left, depression, you tried to commit suicide, not knowing how to pay your bills, even though you have a job as a bookkeeper at this school. What happened when you showed up at the school?
I got to work and I'm sitting there, and my principal comes in and asks me if I could fill in for the secretary for lunch. That's not what I normally do, but he needed somebody to fill in for her. Mm-hmm. She had just started working there a couple of days before that, so she was brand new to the job. And so I was trying to get myself together to go and relieve her, but I wind up getting a phone call from the bank. And they wanted $14,000 in 7 days. So I'm like, okay, they didn't get the memo.
This is the credit card company, I guess, correct?
No, I know the bank. The bank for my car loan.
For your car loan. Okay. So now on top of everything, the bank's calling you for $14,000.
Correct.
Okay. What happened next?
So then I'm actually sitting there crying, trying to get myself together. And I get up and walk out the door, and it's the teacher wanting me to help her with her paperwork. So me and the teacher goes up to the front office to relieve the secretary. The secretary goes out of one door, and the parent that she was helping goes out the other door.
And you're left in the school office with one other woman.
Just the teacher. Correct. I was helping her with the paperwork.
Okay.
And so I'm actually sitting there helping the teacher with her paperwork, and the parent goes out the door, and the secretary goes out the door. So we don't think anything of it. And so we're just sitting there working. And then all of a sudden, we hear this unbelievable sound because the parent let the gunman in, because I didn't keep him in.
So there was a gunman walked into this school, and the sound that you heard was what?
It was the gunman saying, "We're all going to die."
That was the first sound you heard. He walked into the office, or you heard him say that in the hallway?
No, he was in the office by then.
He walks in. The office. So a gunman walks into the office. He announces to the two people in this office, one of whom is you. Okay, yes. You are all going to die today. Was he brandishing a gun, or did he say he had a gun? What did he have on his body besides the words that came out of his mouth that obviously was alarming and obviously really scary?
So what he did is when he walked into the front office, he was saying those words. He had a book bag on his back, and he had a rifle bag in his hand, and then he had the gun already out, walking and pacing to and fro in front of us, telling us both that we're going to die today. This is not a joke. This is for real. And he was going to and fro, just talking to us and giving us demands.
So basically a crazy man walks in with a huge rifle, a bag of ammo, announces you're going to die. How many children are in this school at this moment?
Over 870 children, staff, and parents.
And this is what grades?
It's pre-K all the way up to 5th grade.
And what was the first thing this man says you're going, when somebody puts a gun to you and points it at you, what went through your mind? He says, this is it, you're going to die. What was the first thing that went through your mind?
I started calling on Jesus.
And he obviously answered because you're here, okay? Now, you said you did this in your mind, correct?
Right.
Okay, so after you had this sudden, prayer, Jesus, come help me, and this man is, showing a gun to you, and what does he say? What do you do?
Well, the whole time he was talking, I was praying. So I never did stop praying. I was watching him walking to and fro. He was giving me demands of what he wanted me to do. But the whole time he was in front of me, I was actually having a conversation with God about.
What were his demands? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
His demands were he wanted me to, he wanted the teacher first to go and let everybody know that he was in the building. Then he was going to and fro. He went outside and shot in front of the office several times in the community, which was scary for me because there were grandparents and parents at home. We had parents and grandparents who didn't work. So that community was a community that a lot of the grandparents were actually caretakers of the children, of their grandchildren. And so you had a lot of elderly people at home during this time. And so it was scary for me because I'm like, he's out there shooting in the community. You got elderly people there. And so I didn't know exactly what that was going to wind up looking like, but afraid, but still talking to God, asking him what to do.
So let me just paint the picture so I understand and the viewers understand. The man walks in, he brandishes the gun, you're going to die. He runs out, he shoots outside through the doorway. How close is the office to where he was shooting?
So it's like a couple of feet. It's not far.
All right, so there was no opportunity for you to run away or anything?
Oh, I could have ran away.
You could have run away. How come you didn't run away when he left?
Because there was 870 kids in that school. If I would have left, he would have went on a rampage. So for me, it was important to make sure that everyone in that building went home, including the gunman.
So we had
real bad, so I could have left.
So I understand that the gunman, in part of his pacing around and shooting, demanded that you call the police and demanded that you call the news so that the news can, take pictures or video him having a massacre. Could we have part of the 911 tape of you calling the police to let them know that there is a gunman in the school? Let's take a listen.
Okay, police, what's addressing your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on 2nd Avenue in the school, and the gentleman said, tell them to hold down. The police officers are coming, and he said he's going to start shooting, so tell them to back off.
Okay, 1 moment.
Do not let anybody in the building, including the police. Do not let anybody in the building, including the police.
Okay, stay on the line with me, man. Where are you?
I'm in the front office. Oh, he just went outside and started shooting.
Okay.
Oh, can I run?
Can you get somewhere safe?
Yeah, I gotta go. No, he gonna see me running there and coming back. Oh, hold on.
Put the phone down.
Bye.
All right, so I want you to know, I'm scared listening to this, and I'm not even there living it. The man walks in, you're going to die. He runs out 3 feet from your office, starts shooting at you don't know what. He then comes back. You're still on the phone with 911. They're listening to the speaker. You're now praying to God. When did it dawn on you that you have to have a conversation with this gunman? How did that dawn on you? It just happened.
It didn't dawn on me.
It didn't.
It just happened. I was just talking to God. I can't even tell you all. I mean, listening to the 911 tape brings back to my remembrance of what I said, because I don't even remember everything that I said. I don't know when. I didn't even know I was telling the man my business, first of all.
So
that was not the plan for the day. I was just actually talking to him and praying to God and asking God, what do I say to him? Because right now, every word that proceeds out of my mouth can be life or death. So I'm having this kind of conversation with God about what do I do? What do I say? How do I say it? I didn't know at the moment until after all this was over with that I had told him all my business.
So you told you told him your husband left, you're in debt, you have a disabled child, you almost wanted to commit suicide. You gave him your entire story as well. What was his reaction when you started telling him? Did you start having a conversation back and forth, or was it a one-way conversation of you just talking to him and him listening?
It was really a one-way conversation of me talking and him listening. He never really communicated when I asked him his name and all that. He never really allowed me to know that he was listening or that I was even getting across to him. Only thing he did was stick to his script of just telling me and giving me demands of what to do, call the 911, then call the news station and let them know that he's there. He never said to me until at the very end of what his name was, even though I asked him his name multiple times. He never really said that. So I don't know to tell you if it was something that I said that made him communicate or wind up telling me his name. I don't know what that connection was, but that I was just asking God what to say to him.
How long was this going on? Do you know? I mean, at the time, I guess it seemed like it happened in a millisecond. But you now looking back, you say, wow, I was talking to this man for an hour. I was talking to him for 30 minutes. He had the gun. He had the ammo. He was running in and out. I was on the phone with 911. I was telling the police, don't come in. He's going to shoot everybody. How long of a period of time was all this going on?
Well, I had been in the room with him for a good little while before I even called 911, before you all even hear the tape. So we were in there for quite a while because the secretary, the actual teacher had already came and gone by the time I called 911. The cafeteria manager had already came and gone by the time I called 911. So a lot of the stuff that was beforehand, you all didn't get an opportunity to hear because all of that was already over.
So after you told him your story, at what point, I understand, that he gave himself up. At what point did he give himself up? And tell me how that all came about.
But what he did is he started first of all telling me his name, and then he came back and he called I think it was his mom that he called. He made a phone call and told them that it was him on the news and what was going on. Then he kind of sat there and all that, and then he went back outside after he called them. I thought it was going to be over with, but after he did all that, he went back outside and started shooting again. And so I'm like, okay. And then he wound up taking, I didn't know what they were at first at that time, but they were magazines. Right. And he was taking and loading up the magazines in front of me. So all I was hearing was click, 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 click. So it was just like, oh my God, it brought another level of fear. So I didn't know exactly when it was. All he did was, in the midst of me talking to him, in the midst of me telling him my story, he put all of the ammunition out of his pockets because he had wound up loading up so he can go out and just do damage. So he wound up taking all of the ammunition and everything out of his pockets, all of the magazines that he had already loaded up in front of me. Then he put the gun over there on the table beside me on that desk, and his bottle of water and his phone, and he just laid on the floor prostrate before the Lord and just let him come and get him.
He literally was in praying position.
He was in praying position. He lay prostrate on the floor with his hands behind his back, like praying position.
Now, do you recall if there was something that you said that triggered him to do all of this, or do you think it was just a culmination of everything? Or was there one specific thing or fact you told him about yourself or about your life that, or a particular sentence or group of sentences that, or feelings that you told him that got him, that got into his head to say, this is wrong, I'm giving myself up?
No.
You don't. It was, I guess, a culmination of everything.
I think it was more or less of me, of God, because I was screaming on the inside. I just wasn't screaming on the outside. You in here, because I was screaming.
I could imagine.
I think it was a combination of me having an intimate relationship with God at that point. I think we were pain meeting pain, so we connected together because of the pain, and so with that pain, I think that we were able to save one another. Because it wasn't just me saving his life. He saved my life too. He saved my life in ways that can never be explained. I mean, I had tried to commit suicide a couple of days before that. So I wouldn't say that it was more or less, it was one thing I said or a sentence that I said. I think it was a combination of me being in that relationship with God, being able to allow God to use me to be able to speak to that young man, to be able to let him know that at the end of the day that God loved him and so do I. I think it was a combination of all of that for him to be able to see that at the end of the day someone cares for me. So I think it was a combination of all that allowed him to be able to know that he was in a safe place, even though it wasn't safe surroundings.
And I assume, and we'll get back into a second because I want to find out how the police came in and arrested him and everything. But just, I assume, you were committing suicide because you felt helpless, you felt worthless, and here within days, you potentially saved 800 children from their death. What a turnaround! What a turnaround in your life. How does that make you feel now when you look back? How did this whole experience affect you moving forward?
Well, the thing about it is that I take those moments that I have. I don't think God allows you to go through anything in life for nothing. I think everything has a purpose and a destiny to take you where you need to go. So I know that those moments that I was having at my lowest moments allowed me to be able to go in and write my book to the magnitude that I did. And that was why it was important for me for it to be called Prepared for a Purpose, because I think we're all prepared for a purpose in some kind of way.
Right.
And so we just don't know what that way is going to be. We don't know how God's going to call our name or call our number, and if we'll be ready for it when he does. So for me, what that incident has allowed me to be able to see that I always had a love for kids. I've always been that mommy.
Right.
So that's nothing new for me to be able to love that young man, because I didn't see a gunman. What I seen was a young man who was 20 years old, just as the same age as my own kids. He was in a position that he was calling out for help. So it becomes, who's going to hear my cry? Who's going to look outside of what you see on the outside, come into the inside and know that at the end of the day, I'm calling out for somebody to hear me. I'm calling out for help. So for me, what I do today now is I go back into that same school district where the gunman held me hostage. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I do a one-on-one mentoring program. And it's called Kids on the Move for Success Discovery STEAM Mentoring Program. And we affect kids in the elementary, because I believe that if we go back and get these children at a young age, we can make a difference. And how do we do that? And so with that, with my nonprofit, I give out scholarships to kids from pre-K to graduates. We have my mentoring program that we do. And then I go back to businesses, schools, universities, and nonprofits and organizations and speak and allow people to know, what does that conversation in the crosshairs look like? What does it look like when I got to now look outside of me and show somebody compassion, confidence, and control in the midst of my own hurt?
Right.
And then also allow them to be able to see what Prepared for a Purpose looks like.
Now, just to end your particular story, and then I want to get back to you today. The police came in after he got in the prayer position, and what was that commotion like when the police came in?
It was another level of fear. I was already afraid, because when they came in, you see it on TV when the SWAT team come in, right, and they,
you can imagine they burst in like yes, 20, 30 people with guns blazing.
And it's like they got guns, they got all this armor on their faces, and they coming in and just moving. And I mean, it was just another level of uproar. So for me, I was afraid even more so, even though I know I was being rescued and protected, it still didn't stop the level of fear. And then for me also, I looked at that young man that was laying on that floor prostrate before the Lord. I knew his life was going to change. I knew that what he knew before would no longer be his life. So I started feeling a little anxiety, even more so.
Right.
Afraid now of his life, because I knew his life was going to change. And was he going to be able to survive in the process of it?
Now he eventually got arrested. He's in jail for 20 years. He had psychological issues. You potentially saved 823 children, plus God knows how many police officers and first responders. You yourself saved your own life. And for all of this, you are now helping others, and you found a purpose in your life. And certainly the Lord does work in very, very mysterious ways. But let me ask you a question, because this is an immigration show, and there's lots of people who feel overwhelmed in their life. They feel helpless, especially with their immigration situation. What can you tell people who feel, because there's a lot of helplessness because of all sorts of different reasons, because your husband leaves you, because you're in debt, because of your immigration situation, maybe you have a health problem. When you feel overwhelmed, and this is an immigration show, what can you tell people that can help them try to overcome their anxieties and overcome their issues that they're facing?
What I would say to them is, I can't do nothing but get into my quiet place. I take out every morning at 6 o'clock and have quiet time with God, and I pray. Because for me, it starts my day off right, and no matter what comes on my shoulders, it doesn't seem like it's weighing me down, because I know that God has my back. And so what I would say to them is that I know life doesn't always look the way we want it to. I know it doesn't always turn out the way we think it should be. But one thing I've learned in this process is that God gives us all a red carpet. And the red carpet starts when we're born. And so you go through things in your life and the carpet starts unfolding, and you'll get a little hiccup. Husband leave you, this going on, your kids acting up. So the red carpet stops, because now you got to kind of get in control of what's going on with your life. And then God says, he says, I see my child down there needing a little something. So he showers you with blessings. And so then your red carpet starts to unfold again. And then you come in another part in your life, and now you're an adult, and you want to be back a child, because you realize you got all these bills and debt, and you don't know how you're going to pay them, because no one never really told you what that looks like to have a savings account, or how to deal with bills or anything like that. So your red carpet stops a little bit. And then you're trying to figure that all out. And then God comes out and he shakes it up again for you. So for me, I'm in that red carpet part of my life where God is shaking it up a little bit. He stops it a little bit. He shakes it up a little bit. But one thing at the end of the day, I know with my businesses that I'm doing now, with my Kids on the Move for Success, as we're now going in to change lives and save souls for the kingdom of God, I know that at the end of the day, it's going to work out for their good. Because if it worked out for mine, I was an ordinary mom.
Right.
Sitting at that desk as a bookkeeper, working 3 jobs, and still not being able to make ends meet. Trying to rob Paul to pay Peter, and Peter to pay Paul, and with cut-off notices everywhere, trying to figure out how was I going to put food on the table for my son. The night that the gunman came in, I was trying to figure out what we was going to eat for dinner. So I know that God can change it around for whoever's watching this show. So don't look at what you're seeing right now in your life. Just know that every moment is subject to change.
And every moment in life has a purpose for the next moment. You may not realize it at the time. And my belief, and I think you share this with me, that everybody has a purpose in life in this world. And if everybody's purpose is to make the world a little better in their own way, however they live their life. And if you leave this world a little better, you're leaving it a lot better. But if you leave it a little better than when you came here, you led a purposeful life. And you certainly discovered that under the barrel of a gun. And they made a Lifetime Network movie. Tony Braxton, Grammy Award winner. How did it feel? How did it feel to have Toni Braxton play you?
It was awesome because you're now looking at two hometown heroes. You know, Toni Braxton has a day named after her, and I have a day named after me in the state of Georgia, August the 25th. And so I go back on my day and just bless babies all over the world, nationally and international, with my scholarships and now with my mentoring program. So it was great for her to be able to play me in this Faith Under Fire movie, to be able to portray what my book was about, to give people a snippet of what Prepared for a Purpose looked like. And so I know that with that, people are going to be able to see what that looks like. And the reason why I know is because I'm now, since this movie has aired, my social media website went off the chart. I had to actually go in and upload it and put some more memory to it because it was blowing off. Because we're reaching that many people.
Because you've changed lives. You change lives.
Right.
And you lead a purposeful life.
Yes.
And Antoinette Tuff, and that's, by the way, a beautiful picture with you and the Obamas we keep showing. And if anybody lives up to their last name, I think it's you. And certainly Lifetime Networks made a movie, Faith Under Fire, about your life and that particular day, and starring not only Toni Braxton, but Malik Yoba, Trevor Morgan, Yaya DaCosta, and you are living. I think it took you a while to figure out your purpose in life, but you are living a purposeful life, and congratulations to you. You saved 800 plus children and other human beings, and certainly you are a hero in anybody's book, and thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on here with you today. Wonderful. And I say to the audience, at the end of the day, no matter what it looks like in your life, everything is subject to change.
That's amen. That's true. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right, that was Antoinette Tuff. Great story.
Awesome.
And Lisa Bling Rose with perfect timing, saying they should make a Lifetime movie. I'm watching the comments, and right there I said, they made a Lifetime movie.
And they actually did.
With Toni Braxton.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was a dope cast that they had.
Yeah. That's a really great story, and she's a really inspirational woman. So I like that interview.
Yeah.
All right, Kim. Oh, before we get to comments of the day.
Go ahead.
I do have to tell everybody, we will not be on the air tomorrow and Friday, but we will be back on Monday. So everybody have a good, long, extended weekend, and we look forward to seeing you back on Monday at 5:30 live. With that being said, Belgium Kim.
Yes.
Comments of the day.
Our very first one is from Burke Madeira. Her baby loves Groundhog Sam. He took the phone right out of her hand at the beginning of the show and said, "Dog," and kept laughing at Groundhog Sam. Groundhog, but close enough, baby.
Yes.
Close enough. Jeff Bosey knows what he's going to be for Halloween.
What?
He said, "I'm going to go as a top immigration lawyer for Halloween. I just won't get the same results."
That's funny.
Coco Al, in response to all the people that kept calling today about attorneys that they're not getting answers from and they don't know, they're not getting proper help from, Coco said, "Go and hire Brad instead of asking Brad to figure out your whole case in 60 seconds.
Exactly.
Man,
exactly.
We couldn't have said it any better.
Exactly.
And lastly, we, of course, have your bae, Denisha.
Yeah.
Denisha said, guys, I have guests, and I'm wrapped up in this show. Am I rude? People got to know that 5:30 to 7:30 is not good for me.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the party,
awesome.
guests.
That's awesome. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the week. As I said, we won't be here Thursday and Friday, but we will be back on Monday. Stay safe, be well. We'll miss you, but we'll see you on Monday. Take care. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?